Have you ever stopped to contemplate the extraordinary influence that colors exert on our lives? From Rudraksha seeds, which uniquely respond to the energies around them, to our daily clothing choices, each color has the power to impact our mood, our energy, and even our health. It's as if we live immersed in a vibrant world of tones and hues, where each pigment tells a story and awakens deep sensations within our being. Today, I invite you to embark on a journey of exploration and reflection on the fascinating role of colors in our existence. Prepare to unravel the mysteries behind the nuances that surround us and discover how they can shape not only our perceptions but also our everyday experiences. This is an invitation to expand our horizons and dive into the infinite possibilities that colors offer to enrich our lives. But before we embark on this fascinating journey of discovery, I'd like to invite you to leave your like and subscribe to our channel Seeds of Mystic Wisdom. By doing so, you'll become part of our community, dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and the exploration of the mysteries of the universe. So let's go. Now let's delve into the intriguing world of Rudraksha seeds. Originating from a tree that thrives at specific altitudes, between 1,500 and 12,000 meters above sea level, in the majestic regions of the Himalayas. These seeds carry with them a unique power and energy. The tree that produces them emits unique vibrations, deeply connected to spirituality and ancestral wisdom. It's as if each Rudraksha were a link between heaven and earth, carrying within it the essence of the high mountains and the serenity of the deep valleys. Let's conduct a fascinating test to better understand the power of Rudraksha seeds. Here before us we have just a simple piece of paper, right? But watch closely as I hold this Rudraksha over it. Now tell me which way it's spinning. Notice how it gently moves clockwise, as if responding to an invisible force that surrounds it. Fascinating, isn't it? This incredible ability of Rudrakshas to interact with the energies around them leads us to reflect on the importance of small actions in our daily lives. Just like folding the bed sheets in the morning, a habit many of us learned from our parents, may seem simple, but it carries profound meaning. Here in our country, there's a deep-rooted belief that neglecting this care may invite demons to dance upon them during the night. This picturesque expression, though it may seem like superstition to some, carries with it a universal truth. Our actions, no matter how simple, have the power to influence the energies that surround us and, consequently, impact our lives in ways we may not fully understand. Therefore, I invite you to reflect on the rituals and habits that are part of your daily life. Perhaps, when folding your bed sheets in the morning, you are not only organizing your environment, but also creating a shield of protection against unwanted energies. This is just one of the many lessons we can learn by closely observing the fascinating world of Rudraksha seeds and their interactions with the universe around us. At the core of our perceptions, there is an ancestral duality between the divine and the demonic, between the positive and the negative. It's as if the universe is constantly in a balancing act, where what nourishes and enriches us is considered divine, while what harms us is labeled as demonic. This dichotomy even manifests in objects as simple as a piece of paper. Imagine for a moment that this paper is more than just a blank sheet. It's an energy receptacle, capable of attracting and retaining different vibrations depending on how we treat it. If the simple act of crumpling it and leaving it aside can attract a negative aura, folding it properly can transform its energy, making it positive and revitalizing. To illustrate this phenomenon, I invite you to participate in a simple yet revealing experiment. Take 2 t-shirts, identical in all aspects except for one detail. One of them will be crumpled and left carelessly, while the other will be neatly folded with care. Let them rest for 3 days, allowing them to absorb the energies of the environment around them. Then, put on one of them, close your eyes, and allow yourself to feel its energy. Notice how it resonates in your body and mind. Now switch to the other t-shirt and repeat the process. Observe how the sensations differ, as if each piece carries a distinct essence, reflecting not only the light that shines upon them, but also the subtle energies that permeate the universe. Color, as our visual apparatus perceives it, is just a fraction of the vibrational spectrum that constitutes reality. Imagine white light as a prism, capable of breaking down into an infinity of colors. In this context, what we see as red is not inherently red, but rather a specific selection of luminous frequencies that are reflected back to our eyes. The rest of the spectrum is absorbed, creating the illusion of color. Similarly, something we perceive as white is not necessarily colorless. It is, in fact, a blend of all colors, reflecting the totality of the light shining upon it. Thus, as we immerse ourselves in this universe of perceptions and energies, we are confronted with the complexity and depth of the reality that surrounds us. Each object, each color, each experience is a unique manifestation of this vast and intricate cosmic fabric, where the divine and the demonic intertwine in an eternal play of light and shadow. Imagine yourself walking through a world full of uncertainties, where every corner holds unknown secrets and every face hides untold stories. In these areas and spaces, where control slips through your fingers like fine sand, arises an ancient suggestion: dress in white. Why? Because white, like a blank canvas, reflects everything around it. When you're unsure of what's happening around you, when people's thoughts and emotions seem like an enigma, white becomes your shield, absorbing not only the light shining upon it, but also the subtle energies permeating the environment. On the other hand, black is like a voracious vortex, ready to absorb everything it touches. If you seek to absorb the energies around you, if you wish to dive deep into the mysteries of the universe, then black is your choice. However, caution is needed, as black can also become a vessel for shadows, accumulating all kinds of energy, whether positive or negative. It's as if you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, unaware that every thought, every emotion, is leaving its mark on your soul. Reflecting on this, it's surprising to realize how many psychological battles can be attributed to the simple act of wearing black clothes. In moments of mourning, when the pain of loss is present in every breath, it's natural to seek comfort in dark attire. However, it's important to remember that black, in those moments, can become a constant reminder of death, accumulating dark energies around you. Instead, opting for white may be a way to honor those who have passed, while shielding yourself from the negative energies permeating the environment. Thus, in choosing between white and black, we are, in a way, deciding the type of energy we wish to attract into our lives. White invites us to reflect the light of the world around us, while black challenges us to delve into the depths of existence. Both choices are valid, but it's important to remember that each carries its own consequences, shaping not only our appearance, but also our perception of the world and ourselves. The choice of colors goes far beyond aesthetics. It's a silent language that communicates our disposition and influences our interaction with the world. Between the extremes of black and white, there is a vast range of shades that reflect different aspects of our energy and personality. White, with its ability to reflect light in its entirety, symbolizes a purity that illuminates even the darkest corners of our existence. On the other hand, black, absorbing all the light around it, draws in the energies it encounters, becoming a magnet for environmental influences. However, most of us don't live in extremes. We are immersed in shades of gray, in nuances of selective reflection that allow us to adapt our energy to the context in which we find ourselves. It's not just about choosing a color for our wardrobe, but about recognizing the power of colors in shaping our inner and outer reality. When we choose to wear black clothes, we are not just adopting a style, but also a stance towards life. We are opening ourselves up to absorb the energies around us, whether they are positive or negative, and allowing them to influence our psyche and emotional well-being. And this influence is not limited to our mental state. It also extends to our impact on the environment. The excessive and disposable consumption of clothes is becoming an increasingly urgent concern, as tons of synthetic fabrics flood landfills every year. Polyester, one of the main villains in this scenario, is infiltrating every corner of our planet, from the air we breathe to the bodies of newborns. It's a silent but devastating crisis that demands a fundamental change in how we view and value the clothes we wear. Therefore, as we choose what to wear and how to live our lives, we must be aware of the impact our choices have not only on ourselves, but also on the world around us. We are agents of change, each of us carrying the power to transform not only our own reality, but also the reality of all those with whom we share this planet. It's a responsibility we cannot ignore, an opportunity we cannot waste. After all, color has its strengths, and it's time to recognize and honor the power it exerts over us. The widespread dissemination of polyester fibers in the textile industry has brought with it a series of grave concerns, whose ramifications extend far beyond the world of fashion. Imagine for a moment that every time you swipe your credit card to make a purchase, you are inadvertently accruing a debt to the environment and your own health. Polyester fibers, so ubiquitous in our everyday clothing and fabrics, represent an insidious form of pollution that penetrates our bodies and ecosystems in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. It's true that the flammable properties of polyester have led to the introduction of flame-retardant chemicals in many children's clothing in an attempt to mitigate the risks of fire. However, this preventive measure has brought with it a host of hidden risks, with chemicals like trichloroethylene, TCE, and ethylene bromide being identified as potential carcinogens. The result is a generation of children who are unwittingly wearing a silent threat to their own health. The adverse effects are not limited to just immediate health issues. There's a concerning correlation between prolonged use of clothing containing these chemicals and a range of chronic medical conditions, including thyroid disorders and autism spectrum disorder. The impact of these toxic substances is further compounded by the fact that children, with their still developing immune systems, are particularly vulnerable to their negative influence. Therefore, it becomes a paramount responsibility to reconsider not only what we wear, but also how we produce and consume clothing. It's imperative that we rethink our priorities and move away from the fast fashion model, which prioritizes convenience and low cost at the expense of human and environmental health. Opting for organic fibers is not just a fashion choice, but an act of care and respect for our bodies, future generations, and the planet we share. Now that we have explored together the fascinating world of colors and reflected on the impact they have on our lives, before we bid farewell, I'd like to extend a special invitation. If you enjoyed this content and wish to continue exploring intriguing topics like this, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, Seeds of Mystic Wisdom. By joining our community dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and exploration of the mysteries of the universe, you will be contributing to making our space a place of exchange and mutual growth. Additionally, we would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this video. Please leave a comment sharing what you thought and your own reflections on the fascinating role of colors in our lives. Your participation is essential to further enriching our dialogue and expanding our horizons. We hope to see you again soon for more fascinating explorations and inspiring insights. Until then, may the colors of the universe continue to illuminate your path and enrich your journey of discovery and self-awareness.